everyone, my name is Chris and I am so glad that you are watching today. We are in a series called Technicolor. In this series, we're looking at ways God is moving and changing our world, like an artist making an incredible work of art. We're also learning how we can be part of what God is doing. Let's get started with a game called What Are They Thinking? I got some friends together to play this game, so join us and play along. I am so glad to see all of you. I'd love to start by hearing all of your names and tell me your favorite ice cream flavor.
My name is Greta. My favorite ice cream is probably strawberry.
My name is Ellie, and my favorite ice cream is cheese.
I heard cheese. What was that?
Cheese.
Cheese ice cream.
Cheese.
Cheese. Oh, man. Okay, I got you. I'm trying to picture cheese ice cream now.
My name is Hope, and my favorite ice cream is strawberry.
My name is Liam, and my favorite ice cream is butterscotch.
My name is Hendrix, and my favorite ice cream is Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
I'm going to show you a picture of somebody, and you're going to have to guess what they are thinking about. You guys ready to give it a try?
Yes.
Okay, picture number one. What is this woman of the future thinking about? Is it A, space, B, corn, C, lasers, or D, a scorpion?
Corn.
C.
A.
Lasers.
You think C too? Okay. Let's find out what the answer is. The answer is B, corn. These are not going to think to expect.
Don't you like corn?
Oh, I forgot. Oh, man. Hendrix, you got that one right, the previous one right. So you get 1,000 points for that one. Points don't mean anything, but I'm giving you 1,000 points. So we'll see what happens. Come on. What can this doctor lady not stand? A, is it cake? B, jellyfish? C, jello? Or D, tiny elephants?
Honey elephant.
I would say Jello.
I think it's jellyfish.
Jello.
Jello? Okay, let's find out. It is cake. She is listening to, I think it's called a Danish, but...
I don't think it would
Cake.
anything.
All right, what is this guy thinking about? A, world peace. B, a sandwich. C, buying a house. Or D, nothing. This guy's actually a plant.
I am confused.
Nothing. He's actually a plant.
Okay. Bold choice.
Nothing. He's actually a plant. Because there's plants around him.
He might be with his family right there, his plant family.
These are all great answers, but I think I'm going to have to go with buying a house.
B. A sandwich.
Let's find out if you are correct. Nothing. He's actually a plant. I don't know who does that. But Hope and Liam.
It's dressed in a pant. Because there's black around it, it looks like there's a bucket.
That's good. All right. Hope and Liam, you guys each get 1,037 points. What did this man dive into the water to rescue? Is it A, a tiny pig, B, a big ant, C, corn on the cob, or D, a sword? You made your background the
Liam,
elevate.
is that elevate?
It feels like we're
I
really
got
there.
an elevate background.
I think it's a tiny pig.
I think it's a big ant.
Big ant.
Hope you're going with big ant. Okay.
Because it's
Why not?
black.
Corn on the cob?
We've got a very peaceful ocean scene, but I think Hendrix may have run off. Can you hear us over the roaring waves? Oh, there you are. Hey, Hendrix, what's up? Also, what flavor of popsicle is that? Because that looks great.
It's mint chip.
Nice.
Can't hold an ant like this.
That's true. Okay, so you think it's a tiny pig. He dove into the water to rescue a tiny pig. It is...
With the clothes on.
Yeah. If you got the last one right, you get 1,402 points. What is she sinking down into? Is it A, sand, B, jello, C, corn, or D, glitter?
Glitter.
Jello?
I would say sand.
Corn.
Because she has sunglasses on.
And Liam, you said corn?
Mm-hmm.
One person answered each one of these things. Let's find out who was correct. The answer is corn. She's sinking down into a corn pit.
A lot of corn, like, off the cob.
Corn. Can you imagine doing that with like creamed corn or something? Just swim. Oh.
So you can just go swimming through it so you can eat all of it.
Oh.
Like it would get all up in our hair.
Liam, I think you were the only one that guessed corn on that one. I will give you 923 points. Why is this baby crying? She is turning into a bird. B, she is a strawberry. C, she doesn't like cats. Or D, she has turned green all over.
She doesn't like cats.
Turning all green.
Yeah, she's turning green all over.
I think D as well.
She's turning into a bird.
The answer is B, she is actually a strawberry and doesn't want to be a strawberry.
That white means that she's starting to mold.
Oh no, that really is something to be worried about.
Or she's just really, really ripe.
What did this guy choose to be his helmet? Is it A, watermelon, B, a cat, C, a bouquet of flowers, or D, a duck? He looks real happy about whatever.
A watermelon.
Watermelon.
You're gonna go with watermelon, Greta and Ellie?
A cat.
Watermelon.
A duck.
It's a watermelon. He carved it out. I think that would be really sticky. This is our last one. What has stolen this guy's heart? Is it A, a rocket, B, an annoyed bear, C, a cactus, or D, a statue of himself?
Statue of himself.
I think it's a statue of himself. Also, you can see with where his hands are wrapping around. It's like part gray and black over there.
With some good
Statue of himself, because it looks like he's kissing it.
Yeah. It would be strange to kiss any of those things, I think.
An annoyed bear.
An annoyed bear. It is a cactus.
Why is he kissing a cactus?
Because he doesn't know what a cactus is.
I want to say thank you to all of you for playing What Are They Thinking? It was a strange adventure with some strange photos, but I am very glad all of you were here. That's how we'll say goodbye, everyone, by leaning way into our cameras right at you.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye from all of us.
That was great. Those were really random photos. Next up, we've got a question of the day. Let's take a look. Our question of the day today is, what is something you've done that was hard work, but totally worth it? That's a tough question, but I think of something like practicing an instrument. It's tough sometimes, but it feels so great when you can play a song easily. Think about your answer, and if you're watching with a group of people, talk about your answers together. We'll be back in just a few seconds. Got your answers? Great.
For me, that question makes me think of taking piano lessons when I was younger. It was so tough, and I didn't always want to do that, but now I love being able to play music on the piano. It was worth it in the end. Next, we get to check in with Becca and the Source team to see what they're doing this week.
Hey everybody, I'm Becca. Have you ever tried to do something really hard? Like lifting 1,000 pounds? Or trying to fly? Or forgiving a friend who broke something of yours? There are all kinds of hard things we might try to do, but how do we get through when life is just hard? The news team is wondering about that too in The Source. Let's find out what happens.
Almost done.
I'm telling you, man, we will eventually be able to time travel.
It's impossible.
How do you know?
Because people from the future would already be here.
Good point. But how do we know they already aren't?
Guys, I'm trying to finish up my last article. Can we please have a little quiet?
Your last article?
Yes! The school year is almost over, Bowie, and then I graduate. This is the last time I'm gonna write for The Source.
I'm not ready for this. You can't go. Please stay one more year.
I would absolutely love to, but I have to graduate.
Man, I wish time travel was real. Then we can go back to the day we met and start everything over again.
We're all gonna have to move on eventually.
Not me. I'm gonna stay in high school forever. Woo.
Really?
Well, no, but I'm just not ready for this whole growing up stuff.
I have to say, Gabby, you're handling this really well.
What do you mean? I've been looking forward to this day since kindergarten.
Well, your whole life is gonna be different next year. You're not gonna know a single soul. It's gonna be like kindergarten all over again.
I hadn't thought about it that way. That is a lot of change.
Oh, I didn't mean to scare you, I just meant it as a compliment.
You didn't scare me. I just have to go process some stuff.
Dude, I hope I didn't freak out Gabby too much.
I can't talk. I gotta figure out a way to make Gabby stay.
Jesse, sometimes your mouth creates so much drama.
Come on, Trixie, where are you? Come on, pick up, pick up. Hey, have you heard anything from Trixie?
Yeah, her family decided to take some time before the year's end to be together.
Oh, I didn't get to say goodbye.
Well, she'll be back next week. You can say goodbye then.
You're right.
I know I am. Whoa, you didn't make a face. Is this really getting to you?
I'm fine.
Good. I was just joking about yesterday.
Okay, but I do need to start thinking about next year. I mean, I am leaving everything I know and love behind.
Yeah, for something really cool.
But what if I fail? What if I mess up? What if nobody likes me?
Gabby, you always say that God's with you, right? Don't you think he'll be with you through this?
But I should still be ready. I mean, God would still want me to be prepared.
Yeah, but don't you think this is over-preparing? I don't think you're trusting God.
Well, what do you think I should do, oh wise one?
I don't know, but thankfully, Mr. Corbin is here.
Gabby, everything is approved. The school is going to use some of your designs next year for the new newsroom.
Great.
Gabby? It's not the response I was expecting. Gabby, you reacted like I said you can only have broccoli for dinner.
I'm sorry, Mr. Corbin. I just have a lot on my mind.
Oh. What's wrong?
I have to figure this out on my own. I can't always come to you when I have a problem. I'm super happy about the newsroom.
Something going on?
Gabby's just nervous about graduating.
Oh.
Have you guys seen Gabby?
She just went that way.
She already left? Are you serious? Oh, she didn't even say goodbye. I thought there was still time.
So this is a thing now?
Oh, yeah. Everyone seems to be freaking out.
Gabby's having a tough time. Well, actually, it seems like they all are. Why do things feel so tough sometimes? Why do things have to change? I've got a couple questions about that for you to discuss. First, how is Gabby feeling? Why do you think she's feeling that way? Okay, second question, what's something you've done that you were nervous about? Or what's something coming up that you're nervous about right now? Okay, now it's time to pause the video, talk about these questions. If you're watching by yourself, still pause it and think about how you'd answer these questions. Once you're ready, start it up again. We'll hear what happens to the source team. Ready to go? We'll find out what happens to the source in just a minute, but first, Becca has a story for us about someone who had to do something super difficult.
Hey again. I've been thinking about hard things we might have to do. Sometimes people think that God will help them win first place or keep them safe no matter what. But that's not always true. Life is still hard. You can just ask Paul. Hello, I'm Paul. Paul lived back in Bible times, and he was an amazing leader. Paul started several of the first churches and told thousands of people about Jesus. Paul even wrote a whole bunch of the books in our Bibles today. Oh, this is good stuff. This will be around forever. Now, you might think because Paul followed Jesus, his life was always awesome. Well, not always. Sometimes it was awesome, but sometimes it was really hard. Paul had people who hurt him, friends who turned their backs on him. One day, Paul was even headed for prison. Bummer. Back then, people were sometimes arrested for following Jesus. That's why Paul was being taken on a ship to the big city of Rome. He was going to be put on trial. If that was me, I probably would have been like, God, I know you can do anything, so wanna give me like super strength so I can break out of these chains? But that's not what God did. While they were out at sea, suddenly a storm came up. All of the sailors and other people on the ship were terrified. The boat could tip or break and they would all drown. Paul, though, stood up and told everyone, "No worries, everyone. God has told me that it's going to be okay. It's not going to be easy, but hey, we're all gonna survive, right?" The others weren't really sure, but they decided to trust Paul. They kept sailing in the storm for 14 days. 2 whole weeks! Then, things went from bad to worse. Their ship got stuck and the waves started breaking it apart. Paul and the others had to jump and swim for the shore. When they got to shore, they looked around and saw that everyone had made it safely, just like Paul had said. After a while, they got a new ship and sailed on to Rome to get Paul to his trial. Hold up. God saved Paul from the storm, but he's still a prisoner? Why would God let that happen? Well, did you notice in the middle of that storm, Paul saw a chance to tell the other sailors about Jesus? The same thing happened in Rome. When Paul got to Rome, he was still a prisoner, but he got to stay in a house. In fact, people could come and visit him, and Paul would tell them about Jesus. Paul even wrote a bunch of letters while he was in prison, letters that we can still read today in our Bibles. No matter what happened, Paul knew something important. We can do hard things with God by our side. Even though life was hard, God never left Paul's side. God will never leave your side either. He won't always make life easy, but he can give you the strength to get through whatever hard things you're facing. I wonder if knowing that could help the source team. Let's find out.
This looks like a lot.
It's called preparation.
What are you preparing for?
Everything. This is a guide on how to make friends. This shows me how to study, and this—
Gabby, you don't need all that. You know how to study, and you definitely know how to make friends.
I know it for here, but like you said, I'm going to be in a whole other school. Everything is going to be different.
Oh, you're still here, perfect. Okay, so, I've been watching a lot of movies recently, and I think I'm finding the secret to time travel.
Bowie, You can't time travel. You're going completely off the rails.
He's not the only one.
Have a little sympathy. I am leaving everything I know and love behind. My family, my friends. You get to stay and be president of the entire school. You get to win your football games. You get to live your normal life.
That's true, but you're going on a whole new adventure.
Yes, and when you go on an adventure, you need to be prepared. Oh wait, what is that number for?
It's the countdown to your graduation.
I only have 14 days. I knew it was soon, but I didn't know it was that soon. I'm not ready. I don't want to say goodbye.
Me either. That's why I'm working on traveling back to last year.
I gotta go.
Great. Now you made it worse.
It's already worse. Gabby, wait! Maybe there's a way we can make more time.
Hey, Gabby, I wanted to talk to you about the other day. How are you handling graduating?
I'm great. I finally feel like I have a handle on my future. I'm really prepared.
How to make friends. Gabby, you don't need a guide on making friends. You make friends very easily.
But I have to do something. I'm gonna be in a whole new world. I'm not gonna know anyone. It's like my whole life is starting over.
Well, you're right, it is.
That's not making me feel any better, Mr. Corbin.
Dude, chill out. She didn't leave. She's right there.
Oh, hi, Gabby.
Hi.
Are you all worried?
Define worried. If it means freaking out and being absolutely petrified, then yes.
Guys, this is not healthy, okay? Letting fear and worry control you like this.
That's easy for you to say, Mr. Corbin. You're not gonna be totally alone and leave your whole world behind.
Have you all forgotten? God is with you.
I tried to remind them, Mr. Corbin.
But Mr. Corbin, God is with you just sounds like something adults say to make you feel better when things get hard.
Yeah. If we can't see or hear God, how do we know He's with us?
What's this?
Trying to figure out time travel.
Hey, that's it. That's how we can know God is with us.
Time travel shows that God is with us?
No, but time can. Looking back through your life and remembering how God was there for you before can help us see that He's with us now.
It's like when I broke my arm. I felt like my life was falling apart, but then I met you guys and you showed me that I could be friends with Jesus.
And what happened after that?
God changed my whole life.
And there it is. If God was there for you in the past, why wouldn't He be there for you now?
I don't know. I'm not good at word problems.
No, I see what you're saying. Last year I felt awful when I freaked out on the morning announcements. But that led to me meeting all of you and then all of us creating the source. I mean, that had to be God, right?
It was definitely God, okay? He was there for you in the past and the good and the bad. He'll be there for you now in the good and the bad.
Huh. I think I get it. I mean, when my dad left, God was totally with me. He helped me out so much.
All right? Past, present, future. God's always with you.
When I look at it like that, I can see that God has been with me through a lot. I just wish I could remember that when things get hard again.
Well, back in Bible times, when God did a miracle, the people would create a marker to remember what God had done for them. And when things got hard, they could look back on that marker and remind them God was with them.
I need a marker.
I mean, you already have 4 on the chest.
No, he didn't mean a colored Bowie.
I know, duh. Take this. And when things get hard at the new place, just remember the friends that God gave you.
Thanks, Bowie.
I have one more idea. I think you should lead the last morning announcements of the year.
What?
You've earned it.
But what about Samantha?
I'll talk to her. I think she'll understand.
Seriously?
Yeah. I think you could give a really hopeful message to the students this year.
Thank you, Mr. Corbin. I never thought that I would do the morning announcements again. I guess that's just another reminder of what God can do.
Well, God's just getting started. And remember, because He's with you, you're always ready for what's next.
What a great story. Here's what I want you to remember today. You and I can do hard things with God by our side. No matter what we're facing, no matter how afraid or unsure we feel, God is with us. Maybe Becca or the Source Team's story made you think about something in your own life. There's something difficult going on in your life, something you're worried about, or a storm you feel like you're in. The truth is, I can't tell you exactly what you should do about the tough things you're facing. I don't know everything about your story, but I do know that God loves you. And I know you can take another step forward with Him by your side. Imagine that some of the tough things in our lives are like this climbing wall. We all want to overcome those things to get to the top of the wall, but how do we do that? Getting to the top of the wall feels great, but it isn't easy. Now, the way that we get to the top of the wall is to use the stones that are sticking out from the wall. Each one is like another step on our journey to overcoming the climbing wall. Now, if that climbing wall is like a problem that we're facing in life, each one of these is like a step God gives us to facing that hard thing. Now, maybe that tough thing is being around someone who's been mean to you. Maybe another kid at school or a friend or a family member that you're just not getting along with right now. One step might be just asking them kindly to stop being mean. It might make a difference, but they also might not listen, even if they don't listen to you right away. That's still a good step. Another fantastic step would be asking an adult, like your teacher or your parents, for help and advice. Another third step might be choosing to forgive that person and deciding not to be mad at them. You could take that even further by telling them you forgive them. Another step might be doing something kind for that person, even if they haven't been kind to you yet. Wherever you're at, whatever step you need to take, God is there with you. He is leading you, He's helping you, and He loves you. Sometimes we don't know what's going to happen, but God always does. When He tells us to forgive, help others, and be kind, we can always trust that those are the right steps to take. But what if we're the ones who have been unkind to someone else? Even then, God is with you, and He can give you strength and courage to do the right things. You could take steps like saying you're sorry, admitting what you did wrong to an adult, and choosing to be kind to that person in the future. The important thing is, do you use just one step to climb a climbing wall? No, of course not. You use a whole bunch of them. Sometimes, when we have to do something tough, we try one step. We try 2 steps, but then it feels so tough and we just stop. But the amazing thing is, the more steps you climb, the stronger you'll become, and the easier it will be to keep on climbing. If you're going through something tough right now, don't quit. God is with you every step of the way. Don't get tired of following God through this. His strength, His love, and His power will never end. He will always be with you, and you can do hard things with God by your side. Let's check in with Becca one more time. She has a challenge for us this week.
Hey everyone! I'm so thankful for how much God cares about us. In Paul's story, we saw that Paul could handle hard things because he knew God was with him. In The Source, Gabby felt like everything was changing around her and she felt afraid. We were reminded though that when things were tough, God was always with Gabby and the whole Source team. God is with you too, no matter what. That's why my challenge for you this week is, in the hard things, ask God for help. Is there someone you need to forgive or someone you need to ask to forgive you? That can be hard. Is God giving you the chance to tell someone about Jesus? That could take courage. Is there something coming out that you're nervous about or even afraid of? Whatever it is, you can remember that God will be with you. ask for his help this week. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you next week.
What a great challenge. You can take a step this week to grow, do something good, or make a relationship better, even if it's not easy. Okay, let's close our eyes and talk to God before we wrap up. God, I'm so thankful for every person watching this video right now. God, we need your leadership, we need your guidance, and I ask that you would help us and lead us to do good things, to forgive, and to grow this week. In your name, amen. All right, before you go, you should know that there is more to do below this video. There are great questions to talk about and a tongue twister activity for you, so be sure to take a look at that. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you next time.